Oh, let's talk about the catch. How do you think that'll impact his future? Well,
I think it's a big moment in his future. And that's what it's about. It's about a moment. It's about a play. It's about catching a football that, in the scale of difficulty, if you go from 1 to 10, it's a 10. His ability to use his hands is away from his body, but he works on it. And I think if you know, players are accustomed to working on things when you're a professional athlete.
Sure.
You put yourself in situations so when it comes up, and it doesn't come up a lot, a unique situation like this, you have the ability to perform. Now, he's got some talent as well. It takes talent to do this, but and the difficulty of the catch says a lot about his ability to focus, hand-eye coordination. All that is part of it, but this is just the start of this young man's career. This won't define his career. This is just the start of it, and I think he's playing in an organization that they have a quarterback I do think has some years left. They got Cruz is coming back. They got a tight end. If they can build around it, this guy can have a nice career if he can stay healthy.
Yeah.
Okay, Stephen A., before you jump in, coach, question.
Yes.
You coached in New York, obviously, with the Jets. So this is Broadway. This is the Giants. I want to know, if you were this young man's head coach, how concerned would you be that he wasn't just an overnight sensation, he was an over-moment sensation
Sure.
because of Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Boom! Nuclear explosion. You went from that guy, what's his name, that Odell guy, to you were it in pro football. And he talked about yesterday how surreal it felt. Okay, now he's got to live up to the greatest catch in NFL history. Would you pull him aside this week and say, hey, let's calm down here and let's try to keep this in some perspective?
Well, I think he has humility because of what he said after the game. He said, yeah, but we didn't win.
Yeah.
And that says a lot about who he is. So I think going forward, you know, my question was early when he got hurt, when he was injured. He was never practicing. I said, you know, when he comes, and this is who he is now, I said, when this guy gets back, it's going to be pretty difficult for him to get going. This is professional football.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, he proved me wrong because generally young guys struggle. He's come right in and all of a sudden has become, he's you know, a guy like, wow. You know, he doesn't carry himself like a rookie, especially wide receiver. They're high-maintenance guys anyway.
They are.
This guy, he's a baller. He likes playing football. I mean, with tremendous talent. Victor Cruz was a free agent. Victor Cruz knows every day I come to work, I can get cut.
Yeah.
This guy was a high-round pick, okay? He gets hurt, and all of a sudden we don't know who he is, and he makes this play. But he's made other catches before this catch now that have been pretty good. So this guy has a bright future.
Stephen A.
I'm not pleased. I mean, it was a great catch, the greatest catch that I've ever seen. And I understand in the immediacy following the moment, everybody wants to rave about it. But to me, now that a day has passed, several hours have passed, whereas we can look at that highlight and we can see that it's the play of, you know, probably the play of the year or one of the plays of the year, certainly one of, if not the greatest catch we have ever seen. Now, can we look at the Giants, please?
Yeah.
Eli Manning, not great. Victor Cruz is gone. Rashad Jennings can play. But at the same time, this season is going to mark the 5th time in 6 years that the New York Giants are missing the playoffs. Now, I don't know about anybody else. I respect the heck out of Tom Coughlin. He's a 2-time Super Bowl champion. And I know he knows the game of football backwards and forwards. I respect the heck out of Eli Manning and what he's been able to accomplish. I hear you, Coach, when you talk about Jerry Reese, the general manager, and the talent that he's assembled on the offensive end of on the offensive side of the ball, with an Odell Beckham Jr., with a Rashad Jennings, with a Reuben Randall, with a Victor Cruz coming back next year, and obviously they've tried to upgrade the offensive line, but 5 omissions from the postseason in the last 6 years resonates with me very, very deeply. So while I'm happy that the guy had the great catch that he had, I still see the New York Giants coming up short and finding different ways to do it. And that is my bigger concern, and that is all that's on my mind. I don't give a damn about this catch anymore because it was nice, but they still came up short against the Cowboys. And that, to me, resonates. I'm sorry. That's where my mind is focused on, and I would hope that Giants fans don't get distracted from that.
And he makes a great point,
Yeah.
but it really makes me mad because he just mentioned the team.
Okay.
Dallas Cowboys. Stephen A., don't worry about it. My Philadelphia Eagles going to take care of him.
Oh, is that a prediction?
Why don't we have him on that topic?
Oh, wait. I think you just stepped out of bounds.
We'll see who wins the division.
Yes, we will. But we'll see who wins on Thursday.
Well, that
Gobble.
That might go in your favor. That might go in your favor, but they got to come to Philly.
Oh, so you're giving me
They got
that
to come
one.
to Philly. We'll
Okay,
see.
all right. Okay, quickly back to the issue. And I appreciate Stephen A.'s perspective on this because you're right. But I want to go back to Odell Beckham Jr. What do you call him?
ODB.
Okay.
Now he's got a nickname.
That's my point. I just want to make the point that this young man is in a little bit of a dangerous spot here as a rookie who's barely played any pro football. What is he now, 3 games? Okay, so we've seen him explode on the league. He exploded on Twitter, but he is about to be yanked in 1,000 directions. Appearances, endorsements off really one catch, which is fine. It's all great.
Right.
Some young men can handle it, and I've seen a whole bunch who could not handle it. And they could never quite live up, and they started to press to try to live up to all these endorsements that I got off this one catch, and bad things start to happen. I agree with you. He was beautiful after the game. He said exactly, we didn't win the football game.
Matter.
And he also said, hey, I can't call it the greatest catch because I feel like I'm going to make a lot more that'll be at least as good as this one. Okay, that's fine. I like the mom, and I like the dad, and I like where he came from. I like it. I like it.
And he's been around celebrities.
I want to like this, but there's a cautionary reminder here.
We've seen it.
That we've seen this a lot of times when you exploded off one play, not off a year. It wasn't a year. It was really just one play.
We see this all the time. You make a great point. You start wanting to build your brand before you build your career.
Okay.
That's backwards.
Your career will build your brand. We've seen it already in this division. With a player. I'm not going to mention his name.
I'm thinking.
Had a great year his first year.
Okay.
And now all of a sudden the coach has been calling him out.
Ooh, I know
in
that
this
kid.
division?
Yeah, I think down the coast in D.C.
Oh, okay.
That player. That is exactly
He built his brand first and not his career.
Have to be
I get you.
careful.
All right.
Your career will build your brand.
That's right.
Your brand doesn't need to build your career.
Talk about it.
And for that matter, do I love seeing Johnny Manziel doing a Snickers commercial before he's played down in the league? I don't.
No.
I don't love it.
No.
Coach, we've got to let you
It's been
go.
a pleasure.
It has
That
been
was
a
a
pleasure.
funny commercial, though.
It was.
It is a funny commercial.
I saw it again last night.
Hey, Stephen A., eventually you're gonna have to sit me down on the couch, man, and 'cause my Lakers, our Lakers.
What do you mean?
Can they win 20 games?
Yeah, they can.
Sure.
I hope so. All right, Coach.
We'll have to talk to Stephen A. about that.
Stephen A.
Don't
says,
ask me.
Don't ask you.
I'm just saying, you don't worry about your Giants. I'm worried about my Lakers. I'm going, ooh.
Coach
You don't need to worry
Edwards.
about the Lakers. You know what that conclusion is.
Always an education. We'll have more First Take when